My name is Anastasia Krystallidis. I was born in Crete, in a small village outside Chania, in 1951. My mother was a Cretan. My father was a Macedonian, or rather he came to Macedonia in 1922 with his family as a refugee when the exchange of population had happened. So I have two arteries of blood. The one is Cretan and the other one is from Diaspora, and this is that Diaspora of 1922. Then I grew up in Thessaloniki. I studied there. I went to the university. Then while I was studying, I met my husband. We fell in love. He came to South Africa as an immigrant because he's an engineer. And when I finished my studies, he came to Greece, we got married, and I came to South Africa. That was in April 1974. When I came here, I left a dictatorship regime in Greece. And while I was studying at the university, I went through all that terrible time where we didn't have freedom of speech, we were not allowed to be in the streets after a certain hour of time. And when I came here, apartheid was in its full flourish, if I can use that expression. And I was shocked, to tell you the truth, because it was a different kind of discrimination here. It had to do with the whites and the blacks. Then I found out that there was a Greek school which was being established, and because I'm a teacher of language, history and culture, I came and I applied to get a job. That was in 1974, which was the first year that the school had opened its doors. I was moved from the nursery school to primary school and then to high school, which gave me the opportunity to learn about teaching in the pre-primary, in the primary school, in the high school. And of course here we were teaching Greek as a second or third language. It was not taught as mother tongue like I had studied. What I think made a difference for me, it was that I was willing to learn. And the idea it was to have children here, to be learning the Greek language, to be exposed to the Greek culture, to Greek history, to the Greek values of democracy, of freedom of speech, of being able to coexist with other ethnicities or children from other ethnicities, so that to be ready when the time will come and we are going to have a free South Africa. I think my own philosophy was, now you are here and you are here to stay. So better see how things are here and forget how things were done in Greece. And I tried to be accepted by the rest of the staff, because the Greek teachers, we were a minority. The medium of instruction at Saheti was English, and I didn't want to feel that I was a foreigner. And I worked on that, and I tried. The first thing it was to improve my English. Not even today, I'm not speaking like an Englishman, because my daughter, who was born here and she studied here, she says to me that I never lost my accent. But it doesn't matter. The school motto is know thyself. I think it was a very good choice by the pioneers of Saheti, because the know thyself is the starting point. You need to know who you are, especially in a country like this, where we have all those different ethnic groups and all those different languages, and our goal is to live together. Symbiosis is the Greek word. And when we have children who are Greek, they are Greek because their parents are Greek, but they are not all conscious of the meaning or the importance of knowing their identity. So we are trying to make them understand how important it is to know who you are. The same applies to all the other children, because they are not here. We don't aim to make them Greeks. What we aim is to make them aware of who they are, to accept their identity, and once they accept who they are, then they can embrace the other person or the other child or the other colleague. And this is how we see diversity, not as tolerance, because we tolerate the mosquitoes, but diversity means to be able to live together, to share, to grow together. We are not here to create a Greek island. We are here to belong to the school, and all of us, we need to follow a certain program, and we need to have the same goals. I was lucky that I came from a country which has a great history and a great culture, and then I came to another country who had the same. Not such a long history as Greece, but they had a history, and they had a culture, and they had their own values. And I came in a period where they were struggling. I won't use the word fighting. They were struggling for their rights, for their freedom. And I lived that, and I appreciated what it was given to me. And I think that I was a little bit open-minded, because I'll never forget the first black child who came to the school. The then headmaster, we had a number of children, and he asked me to interview this boy, and I asked him a few questions about history, and he knew where Greece was, what the Romans did, and I thought that he was a promising candidate, and we accepted him. We offered him a bursary. Now this guy was coming from Soweto every morning. In those days there was a bus. Now he had to wake up at 4 o'clock to get from Soweto to Johannesburg, from Johannesburg to Saheti, and the same in the afternoon. He arrived home late. There was no electricity. He had to study not in the dark, but by having a lamp, and he did very well. He studied at the university, but he was the first one to come, and we were all worried how the other children were going to see him. So he was pro. He was happy. He matriculated here. He studied. He never forgot Saheti. He is married with 2 children, and his children are at our school. So for me, this is a success story. Know thyself is the first advice. Be aware who you are, accept who you are, and then be open to the society or the community that you are going to work for. Be flexible. If you are rigid, you fail straight away. You need to be flexible, open-minded, and prepared to listen and to learn, because we never stop learning. The moment that you say, I know everything and I know what to do, you are a failure. I'll say the word. Because as a teacher, if you don't see teaching as a job, but you see it as something that you offer to a child or to another person, then this enriches your whole self. The doctors would be the morons of this world if they weren't the teachers. So to be a doctor or a teacher, you need to have a clean heart. You need to be innocent. And the word moron comes from the Greek word moros, which is an adjective. And that word in English, baby, the Greek word is moro, which means that a baby is innocent. So a teacher needs to have this innocence, this idea, to be an idea, how we call it, not realist, but also to have ideas, an idealist, in order to be able to give. That's what I believe. I have no regrets. I'm happy that I don't use the right English. I'm happy for the turn that my life took. I really am, because it seems that I cherish two things which are very important, and I've been able to make them work as one. I'm a South African Greek, and I know what that means.